What's up, Retro Gamers, and welcome to Game Overcast Episode 9. Today we talk about Sonic Mania, how the NX may not actually suck, and our favorite spooky scary, that's what I was looking for. Let's do this. What's up, everybody? Matt here. Now, the first thing you may have noticed is I'm not Dan, and that's because Dan's not here right now. Apparently, the lack of NX news just drove Dan into just a complete utter madness, so he's in a padded room somewhere. Isn't that right, Michael?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, actually, Dan got another job, so he's not able to make it to this show. He'll be back on regular shows again, but right now he's off and about. Speaking of other guests, though, Michael is here. Say hello, Michael.
Hi, Michael. Worst joke ever.
Everyone knows Michael is our favorite irregular guest, so it's good to have him back always.
I'm irregular.
He's irregular. And we got a new face in the crowd. Say hello, Miss Brittany.
Hello, everyone.
So since you're a newbie here, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you like? What do you play? Favorite cookie? You know.
Okay, so I am basically doing this show because it's a... Oh, am I allowed to say that it's a horror show?
Surprise!
Am I jumping the gun? I'm jumping the gun. I'm so sorry.
We're doing a horror show. No, this is more or less going to be our Halloween episode, so we're going to talk about some spooky, scary video games. And I said it right this time. Yes!
Yay.
Spooky, scary video game.
Yes! Progress is being made. No, that's fine. Definitely. So go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So I am basically your friendly neighborhood horror fanatic.
Me too.
Yay!
High five.
High five.
I'm surrounded.
I absolutely love horror movies. I love horror games. It's definitely my forte. So,
Me too.
So yes. So I'm super excited.
So hold on tight,
She's even
kids.
wearing the shirt. She's like so prepared.
Yeah.
We are just
Ultimate
all in
deathmatch,
uniform.
Freddy versus Jason.
Except for you, Michael. You're wearing a Game Over shirt.
Well, yeah. I'm at work.
Whatever. Never, whatever. All right, so let's start things off with a little bit of news. So has anyone seen the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition yet?
No.
Oh my God. So everyone knows that Matt has a small Sega obsession, just a little one. It's under control, not as bad as the giant robots. Well, Sonic Mania is this new awesome Sonic game coming out that's not made by Sonic Team, surprisingly enough. It's made by, Christian Whitehead, the guy who did all the Android ports. So It looks like it might actually be really good. It looks just like classic 16-bit Sonic right out of Sega Genesis. It looks amazing, so I actually have hope that we'll have a good Sonic game again.
So it's like its own new thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's just, wow.
Yeah, just standard 2D Sonic, the way it was supposed to be made, right back in the 90s again.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it looks so good. But they're releasing a collector's edition for it, which has this cute little Sonic the Hedgehog statue where he's standing on a Sega Genesis. And if you push the power button, it goes, Sega! It's going to be so cool.
And it's a statue?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, so I'm getting that.
Cute. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool.
Oh, it's adorable, and that's fine. And it has a little cart, like the little box for the cartridge, and the cartridge has a little golden ring in it and everything.
Nice.
It looks so awesome. The only thing that I'm kind of let down by is it doesn't come with the Genesis controller. Like, you think they would have like a USB Genesis controller or something, but no. But
Right.
oh, well. We'll get
One
by.
day.
Yeah, we'll get by.
I am about to say something absolutely blasphemous. I have never played Sonic.
Like any of them?
Any of them.
That's crazy.
That's miserable. We're giving you homework.
Okay, I'll take
I mean,
the homework.
I played it first because I had a Game Gear, because Game Gears were in color. But yeah, otherwise I was a NES kid. So
I
guess
was also a NES kid. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we could forgive her. You know, back
Thank
then it was like you
thank
went
you.
either way. You know,
Give me some cred.
Not everyone could afford like all 6 systems. You know.
I couldn't afford anything. Like, I don't get it. Even when I pick the guests, I'm still the only Sega fanboy here. It doesn't make any sense.
That says a lot.
That's fine. I'll be alone. I don't care. All the games for me. You're playing Sonic, Brit.
Okay,
officially.
okay.
I'm throwing games at you when we leave, and you're taking them home with you. I expect a book report tomorrow by 12 o'clock.
Oh, he's using accents. That's serious.
I don't know what accent's going to be, but we'll work with it. All right, so next up, and this is actually really special because Dan's not here, so he can't give me a hard time about it.
Is it robots?
No, it's not robots.
Oh, well.
It's Nintendo stuff.
I like Nintendo.
So,
Me too.
yeah.
so the NX, unless it gets delayed, is coming out in March. That's less than 6 months from now.
Oh wow.
Has anyone seen anything about this? Has there been any announcements, any info at all?
There's been a lot of like
Rumors.
Yeah, the rumors are going
right.
crazy, but nothing. Currently, the NX between announcement and release is going to have the shortest window, even compared to the Saturn. Like, nothing has come close to this so far. So people are freaking out, and there's rumors going all over the place. There's fake pictures all over the web of this weird horseshoe controller and all kinds of other crazy stuff. Most of it's all probably fake. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you know, if the NX is going to be a handheld maybe, or like a hybrid.
It's a hybrid from what I hear.
Yeah, that's the biggest rumor is it's going to be both.
Right.
You know, my big issue with Nintendo is they don't like third-party games. You know, we get a Mario game, we get a Smash Brothers, we get a Zelda, and that's it. And I was thinking, hey, what if the NX is like the 3DS? Because think about it. The 3DS is a great console, not because it has a Mario or a Pokemon game, but it has tons of other really good third-party content. It has the Shin Megami games. It has all the Harvest Moon games. None of these are first-party.
Right.
What if the NX actually has third-party support? And I thought to myself, I might actually like this Nintendo console.
I feel like if it's going to be on the go, like it sounds like, it's just going to be the ultimate evolution of the 3DS. I feel like because 3DS is selling, right? Wii U isn't selling, so they're going to go with what's selling. So I feel like it's going to be a system, but I feel like it's the next evolution of 3DS.
Most
I think that
definitely.
would be a smart move. The 3DS does really well.
Right.
So guys, don't tell anybody. And you two listeners, don't tell Dan. Matt just said something nice about Nintendo. Shh.
Oh, well, there you go.
Don't. It'll
And
be our little
Dan-
secret,
Dan
okay?
had to miss it.
Yeah, he's going to be
I'm
hating
super
it.
easy. As long as I get a Zelda, I'm happy. I actually have all the Zelda systems, like every single one that's been released.
Yeah.
I am
My
a
Wii U
super
Zelda.
Zelda nerd. Yes. So if it's a Zelda system or it looks the controller Zelda themed, I don't care. I got a chance to play Breath of the Wild. I thought it was beautiful.
Did you? That's awesome.
Yes, about a few weeks ago. It was stunning. I
Cool.
went to a conference, so it was
Awesome.
really cool.
Is it really just Skyrim in Hyrule, or is it more than that?
I mean, kind of, I guess. Yeah, you definitely get that feel. I mean, it's open world. You're walking around. You're like chopping firewood. I was doing
like
that.
all
It was
that.
like
Next
really,
gen
I like that
firewood
as well.
chopping.
No, but it was really cool to be in that environment with a Legend of Zelda game. I don't know. It just felt really cool, and it was
Not
really,
just awkward rolling and
yeah,
like
and
side
graphically it was
Hey,
actually
I like the
pretty
rolling.
stunning. Right.
Well, that's fantastic. So, I mean, there's hope. There is hope. I will remain, cautiously pessimistic? Is that my general attitude?
cautiously optimistic.
Oh, I'm not optimistic about it, but there's a little bit, there's a glimmer of hope. I'm not a positive person.
Cautiously pessimistic. So that's down there.
It's
but
like
alright,
chaotic
that's something.
neutral.
Yeah.
I was actually going to make fun of you, Britt, for your Zelda thing, but it occurred to me that if there's a game with a Gundam in it, it could be the worst game ever. It could be like Gundam Farming Simulator, Gundam Laundry Detergent. I'll be like, yep, gimme. Don't care. Take it, play it, love it. You know this is true. I've bought too many things for the web store. I can't
It's
read this.
true.
I can't play it. I don't care.
He's like, what's that? Is that a robot on it?
I'll
Give
take
to me."
it. Give me two.
Yeah.
Whatever. So what's up with this 4K stuff? Have you guys been watching about the PS4 Pro that got announced and the
Right.
Xbox Scorpio? It's Scorpio now, right?
I don't know the Xbox one.
Well, apparently that's the Scorpio is the code name for Microsoft's new
right,
super
right.
powerful like Xbox 1.5 or whatever they're going to call it. What's y'all's take on this thing?
I'm not gonna get one because I don't feel like. I mean, I don't feel like I need one right now. Like, because I have a PS4, and I don't like if I do the VR will work on my regular PS4, probably not as well as with the Pro. I don't have a super high end television, so like I don't need the up-resing. I feel like it looks really good already, and like I watched a video where they were comparing it. The two, they were playing that new video game with the redhead chick that's like awesome with the what is it?
Horizon Zero.
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero. They were playing
That
that,
was good.
and it was funny because even in the article they were talking about how like it looked good, like you could see, but it still already looked good. You know what I mean? So like,
Well, the problem I've noticed that Sony's having a really hard time selling it because unless you're watching it on a 4K display,
Right.
it doesn't make a difference.
that's
for
what the
anything.
article said too. It was like unless it's on a 4K, then you see, oh, okay, I can see those clouds in the background. But for the most part, like naturally,
It's just kind of there.
you know, I feel like the PlayStation was such a good jump. They could have waited a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean, PlayStation 4 was such a good upgrade.
Absolutely, it's stunning. I'm gonna get it. I'm super excited. I actually have a 4K TV, so I'm
See, that makes
Yeah,
sense. If I had a 4K TV, it would be totally different. I'd be like, yes.
excited to see that difference, and I'm super obsessed with like colors and
Right.
art, and being an artist
Shininess.
myself. So yeah, exactly, shininess. So I'm super excited to see the leaps.
Yeah.
I
that
did
they're
just
going
have the
to make.
conversation yesterday though, where I was like, "Do I need to upgrade my television?" And then, obviously, if I end up doing that, then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, now I need to upgrade my PS4."
Well, that's the thing. See, with televisions, my TV broke about 4 months ago. Like it just said no and stopped working. So I went out to go upgrade a TV, and the only TV that was available for me for what I wanted was a 4K television because 4K is getting to the point now where it's becoming the standard.
Right.
Which is great, even though content is still very limited.
Right.
To have the resolution you want, or not the resolution, but like the refresh rate and all the other options and whatnot for like a smart TV, you're probably going to go with 4K. Like I think I paid maybe about $1,000 for my TV, and it's about 50 inches. It's 4K. I mean, that's not bad. You know, a couple of years ago, it would have been 3 times that much. I was actually where you were, Michael, at first because I watched the announcement for the PS4 Pro on my computer, which is just a regular 1080p screen. I was like, this looks shiny. It's fine, whatever. But then I watched the same thing on my television, and I was like, oh my.
yeah.
And just
Well, I mean,
couldn't get
yeah, I
over it.
know it's definitely gonna look better, but I don't know. I don't need it yet.
I don't think I need it right away either.
Yeah.
But it will be nice for the VR because VR will have a massive FPS boost.
Right. I heard the VR definitely will work better with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just might wait on the VR because originally I was going to get the VR, but now I'm thinking I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. Be one of those.
It's okay. Price drops are good, man. Whatever.
Right. Exactly. I'll wait for a price drop.
All right, so last little bit of news. Nintendo announced, and this is kind of old now, but everyone's still talking about, they're releasing over the holiday season this thing called the NES Mini. It's
Right.
like this little plug-and-play thing. It looks like a cute little tiny
People
NES.
are really excited about it.
Yeah. Has the original box, has 30 games in it. I'm not excited about it at all.
Well, you wouldn't be. So that makes sense.
because
But I
it's
mean,
Nintendo.
but the bonus is though, like if you have a Wii U and if you play that stuff, it comes with that controller that you can plug in, and it comes with like the game's all preloaded. But I mean, it is kind of what it is.
I'm 50-50 on it. Like I can see the appeal. It's
Right.
a small, little replica.
cute.
It's cute. It's kind of cool. It has 30 games loaded on it.
And they're
30
good games.
Great games, classic games. You have Zelda 2. You have, what else is on there? Bubble Bobble.
I think Bubble
got
Bobble,
Metroid in it.
Metroid.
Dragon Quest.
Double Dragon's on there. I
Final
think.
Fantasy is on there.
Right.
So
Dragon
it actually
Warrior.
has a lot of really good stuff. But I am a little bummed that you can't download anything onto it.
Yeah, there's no virtual
is
console
what it
support.
is.
Yeah, and then it doesn't work like, I was expecting it to possibly work like a Retron where it'll play cartridges as well. So I was a little upset that it didn't do that either. But I can see, from just as a cool piece to have, for the holidays or something, I could dig it.
You're
I could
part of
dig
the
it.
problem,
I
man.
know.
I think that they should have announced it closer to when it was coming out, though, because of that reason. Because like at first when you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, and then after a while, you're like, do I need it?
Yeah.
But I can
Because-
definitely understand from like a collector's standpoint
Because
how it's
most of
yeah.
us probably own half
But
these
like
games
I
already anyway,
own
so.
Super Mario on my 3DS. I own it on the Wii U. You know what I mean? I had it on the Wii, and then I paid the $1 to get the upgrade for the Wii U. You know what I mean? Like it's just buying it again.
Yeah.
But everybody does that. We always buy it again because it's Nintendo.
We have
And
problems.
there's nothing like owning, like actually owning an NES. We still have, our NES, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. But I don't know, it's kind of cool for people who don't necessarily care about that collector's viewpoint.
I see where you're coming from,
or,
yeah.
You get me?
From like a hardcore collector like me, it's kind of like, well,
I'll
it
just
looks
buy
neat.
the games.
Exactly. Like if I don't have them already, I probably do. But whatever, man. It's okay. So that's neat. I mean, that's something interesting. It's coming. If you want to get it, great. Otherwise, buy an original. Yay.
And
Booyah.
maybe that's their
Yeah.
attempt to be like to compete with the plug and play market that's
Yeah.
going on, like with all the Retrons and stuff. To be like, look, we have one, and we already have the game. You know?
Yeah. See, I just assume buy a Retron 5 if you could find a Retron 5 anyways. Because that's my thing, man. You get it in HD, you get all the games. I think it just works better. But whatever. To each their own. I won't...
Well, there's nothing like don't get me wrong. There's nothing like owning the original or having that actual classic like in your hands, but it's still kind of cool. So
I'll give you
that's all
that.
I'm saying.
Most people that I know will probably buy it anyway, even if they already have them. They'll buy it anyway just to have it too, because it has like,
It's just...
It's Nintendo. Their stuff only appreciates. It never depreciates.
right.
Yeah.
It's always good quality.
Man, you see, this is why they don't...
See, he's having a problem because we both enjoy Nintendo.
I know.
So we're like, the Wii U is perfect. You just don't understand it.
Legend of Zelda is perfect.
It's like I'm going to buy all the amiibos. They don't have to make any good games anymore. It's okay.
I did fall off that wagon. I fell off the Amiibo wagon.
I feel like that just kind of died, actually. Like,
I was on it, and then I was like, I can't.
It's too much. It's
Yeah,
too
when
much.
they started getting really scarce in the very beginning, I was like, I can't do this to myself. I can't be that guy at Kmart like waiting.
Right.
I mean, there are no Kmart's here, but I'd find
You would
one.
actually
and
go
then-
to Kmart, like in
Yeah.
Nevada or something, and just
Or
hang
on
out.
eBay, like a Rosalina for, I don't know, $100 or
Oh,
something
good
crazy.
lord.
right.
Yeah.
We know people that have done that thing. Lou, if you're listening to this, I'm talking to you. But yeah, there's some crazy people, but that's cool. Whatever. All right, so that's all the news I've got. Let's talk about what we're playing. Michael, what are you playing right now?
I am playing Destiny.
Oh, The Rise of Iron. Is that good?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I had never played Destiny before. I'm really into MMOs, and I hate shooters normally, but I'm actually enjoying it.
Does that mean you're actually off the Final Fantasy 14 bandwagon for a little while?
Yes.
But the big content patch just came live. Was
I
it today?
got really bored. I got to like the very end of like the Heavensward stuff, and then I was just like, do, and then I started playing No Man's Sky, and I like it.
I like it. We'll be talking about that. Don't worry.
I do like it. And then, I mean, I get, but I never knew about the content like initially. I wasn't one of the people that followed it for years like everybody else. So to me, when No Man's Sky came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just everything in Skyrim that I had a problem with, which was collecting everything and then walking around and selling it and collecting and selling and collecting and selling. And that's like all you do. So it's perfect. I digress. But and I'm playing Dragon Quest 7.
Ooh,
the remake,
the 3DS one. Yeah.
came out on 3DS. It's really good. I like it because I tried to play 5 and I tried to play 6, but the sprites, like the fighting was just looking at the bad guys and they would like kind of shake and do their thing.
With like the first person kind of thing, yeah.
And
Cool.
it was just not enough. And now the new one, you can see your characters fighting. I just need a little bit more for my grinding.
And they don't really need
know what I
hands
mean?
or feet or anything. So the 3DS little like 3D like chibi designs, like what they did with that, and what they did with Final Fantasy 3 and with Bravely Default, where it's like these little things where they just have little like pokey arms and legs that kind of like waddle everywhere. I don't know. I have a hard time getting into them. Oh,
I don't know.
I'm
It
getting the
looks
look.
really
Oh, no.
good. It looks really good though. Like I feel like they did a good job.
It is pretty nice, yeah. I'll take that. What about you, Britt? What are you playing right now?
Ooh, I have not played anything for a couple of weeks, but
All that work and stuff.
yeah. But the last thing I played was I was actually in the middle, almost done with it. I think actually, Until Dawn.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so.
I just started replaying that. I also was replaying that because of the time of year.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. It's like super suspenseful. I love how it basically has you take kind of a personality test in the beginning, to kind of figure out like what creeps you out more. Okay, well we're going to throw that in the game. So I think that's really cool. Is it true that you can there's a way to save everybody?
Spoilers.
I don't know.
I know you can't save the
That's
first
what I
people,
heard. Well,
but
obviously like the first person.
Yeah,
Because that's the way
that's
like,
like
the story
part of
gets
it.
started.
I don't think that would person.
I think there is. I think there's an achievement for it. I haven't played much further than you have on it.
I feel like I almost did. No, there is a way. There is a way. I don't want to say it, but there's a certain part where it's like a quick time event that if you do it the right way, you save them, because I didn't do it the right way. And that person died, and that was the only person that died for me.
Oh wow!
Besides,
look at you.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I was really into it.
I'm gonna have to play it again and try to see if I can get that on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game is absolutely stunning. I think the atmosphere is perfect. I really like the soundtrack. It's really cool.
I love the doctor guy. I keep forgetting his name, but he's actually like a film actor. The guy.
A lot of the people in there are. Yeah.
He's so. I love because
Remy
he's so
Malek
creepy.
or whatever. Right? Remy. What's his name?
Don't ask me names, Michael.
Ooh,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
It's not a robot. I don't know what it is, man.
I'm gonna Google it.
The power of Google. Go. Is that all you were playing though, Britt, recently?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, what are you playing, Matt? Well, Matt's been playing. Wait, what have I been playing? I've actually been really busy too. You know what, Michael? Have you heard of Black Desert Online by any chance?
Rami Malek. I'm right.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, he's the guy that plays the main. Anyway, the brother. What was the question?
Black Desert Online.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So, well, allow me to explain. Black Desert Online is an MMO that I've been kind of like face first shoved into over the past couple of weeks, and it's really good and it's really terrible, and I recommend you try it so you just don't go outside for a couple hours.
Okay.
It's Korean, so it's kind of grindy, but bear with me though.
I like JRPGs.
The combat though is real time combat.
Ooh, no.
Oh, it's so good though, dude.
I like to sit and like plot out my revenge. I'm like, you're weak to fire, all right?
Turn based. Yeah, the PvP in this game is real, dude. It gets crazy because you've got your traditional like your sword and board class. You've got your wizards. You've got your assassins.
That's cool. That sounds cool.
But it plays almost. I'm trying to think of what game it'd be. It's kind of almost a. I don't want to say Kingdom Heartsy kind of thing, but it's very like third-person action, but with skill-based
I think I've heard
systems.
of this.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
What's it called again?
Black Desert Online.
I have heard of this.
It's really good. It's gorgeous. The only, I don't say downside, but it's also very like not handholdy. Like the game doesn't tell you how to do anything at all, and there's so much to do. Like it's all at once an MMO, and then it's like a simulation game where you can actually have like a farming business or do like a fishing thing. There is no fast travel, so if you want to go to say the town across the desert, guess what? Hop on your horse, son. There you go.
I'm okay with that. Because that's
really
like
cool.
like brings you in.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
immersion's really hardcore. on it.
Immersion, exactly.
So I've been
You're
playing
like, I
that.
have to travel to this town. Oh, I guess I have time to make a sandwich.
That's kind of how it is because you can see there is auto pathing. It goes slower than if you did normally. But I'll play with my friends. Like, okay, let's go to we're in like one of the main towns. It's like let's go out to the desert and farm some bad guys. Cool, click. All right, so how's everyone doing? What's up? I'm gonna go to the bathroom or whatever. But it's really really fun. And if you ever get off of a
you have to
Destiny,
be
it's
like
super-
dedicated to this game. It's not like
yeah, it's been hard. I've the whole like I've gone outside once or twice in the past couple of weeks.
no, yeah, that sounds cool.
It's like I've never seen the sun. I've also been playing No Man's Sky. Everyone knows I was super psyched for No Man's Sky, and I gotta say I wasn't disappointed. I enjoyed it very much. I don't get the hate. Like No Man's Sky is very clearly a game that is not going to be for everybody. But I mean, I don't think it was ever marketed as a game that was going to be for everybody. I mean, there's some things in that game where it's like, it's not going to be Star Wars. It's not going to be Dragon Quest or Mass Effect. I mean, this game is specifically going to be exploring procedurally generated planets with really pretty colors.
Watching the E3 thing, not this last one, but the year before when they showed it. And I thought it was neat, but I didn't make any, that was the only time I'd ever seen it was then. And then when I bought it.
I just personally feel like the only people that were really disappointed with it were people that were, they heard the buzz and then they were like, oh, that kind of looks cool. I'm just going to jump into it.
And kind of grossly misinformed.
Like, what the heck is this? But, I feel like if you...
That was a phone. Haha.
I feel like if you, kind of knew a little bit about it, then you wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack, oh my God, is
absolutely
pretty stunning.
I feel like it's like the chill game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
When I'm like, because you know what I mean? A lot of games, it's like, I'm managing this and I'm juggling these things and it's like life. But I feel like this game is a little bit chiller. Yeah, so if I want to break, it's like I can have a little glass of whiskey and
you can just land on a pretty planet.
That's the type of guy I am.
That's how he plays. Like, I'm gonna fly around my planet here.
And then I fall in a crater and I just can't get out.
It's okay though. It's not a radioactive planet, so it's okay. But that's how I took it though. It's a thing where you can just wander around, have a good time, listen to the music, and just relax. Because so many games now I'll play and I'll be done playing. I'll be like Overwatch. I love Overwatch, but Overwatch is just like.
No, I totally agree. I'll play Overwatch. I'll be like, I'll just do a couple quick games before bed, and then I'm like.
Yeah, it's like that or like Rocket League. And Bro will come over and play games with me sometimes, and I just get really into it. Like, I'm one of those people when I'm playing a game where I'll be sitting on the couch, and when the game's over, I'll be in front of the TV, like jumping up and down, screaming at it. Like, how did I get here? What happened? It's madness. Because, if you move with the game, you go faster and you kick harder. That's a rule. That's how I win Smash Brothers, man.
That's how my mom plays Smash.
He's like, I'm like, you really can't jump out of the way like yourself.
It's like, it works, man. You gotta put yourself in the game. It's immersion. Whatever, leave me alone.
Hey, with VR, that's coming soon, though.
Oh, dude. I'm going to get in so much trouble with that game. Have you messed with any of the VR stuff yet, Michael? I got to try out the PlayStation VR at Best Buy a couple weeks ago.
I've seen one of the stations, but then I just didn't want to wait in line. So.
It's so cool.
Dude. Yeah.
So cool.
I got to do the Eve Valkyrie game, the space dogfighting thing.
Okay, yeah.
So awesome. My only gripe is I wear glasses, and so do you. Everyone in here does because we're all nerds. It's kind of like card carrying. And I also have a really huge head. So I have a hard time wearing headphones, and I have a hard time wearing like 3D glasses when we're at the movies. This actually fits very comfortably over my glasses. I was very surprised.
Cool. That's good enough.
The only problem with it is because I get really excited with my games, my glasses started to fog up halfway through the match, and I'm like, whoa, this is really realistic, man. My cockpit's getting all foggy.
Because you were like breathing so hard?
And I got like really warm and my face turned red. So I turned it up like, oh, that was just me. It wasn't the game. Oh, that was cool.
It was so cool. I also tried to get Valkyrie, and it was super cool being able to like turn around and see the back of your ship. And I didn't even want to fight or shoot ships. I just wanted to look around.
That would have been me.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to
just be friends, so cool. Man.
I just want to explore.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk a little bit more about VR when we get back into the horror game segment. Speaking of which, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back. Your favorite game store is turning 11. That's right, Game Over Videogames is celebrating its 11th anniversary, and we want you to be part of the fun. Stop into any Game Over location from October 14th through 16th to get 11% off almost the entire store. Not going to be nearby for the birthday bash? No problem. Hop on GameOverVideogames.com and use the code GameOver11 for 11% off our web store. The Game Over Videogames 11th anniversary sale. It's like a decade plus one. All right, and we are back with Game Overcast. And now we move on to our little discussion topic where we speak about spooky Halloween games. Sorry.
Gotta get in the Halloween spirit.
That was good. I wasn't prepared for that.
So I figured we'll kick things off because there are a lot of horror games out there. They don't always have to be scary. They can just be kind of like ghosty goblin kind of things. But I figured we'd go around and just kind of rattle up our favorite 3 if we have that in the pipe. Maybe let's start off with the newbie here.
Oh, goodness.
Brittany, go for it.
Okay. Oh, this was so hard. Okay. Fatal Frame 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I adore Fatal Frame. The atmosphere is perfect. And yeah, it's creepy. I love it. Love Fatal Frame 2. Okay. My second one.
Why? You can't like pretend no one's played Fatal Frame here, because I know a lot of people probably haven't played Fatal Frame before because that game's weird.
Okay. Well, basically, so you are a character. I don't want to spoil it. I suck at explaining things. Okay, but I'll try. So you're a character, and the only thing you're armed with is a camera. And this is how you basically have to take fatal frames to exorcise the ghosts, and you get stuck in this village, at least with the second one. And you're trying to find your way out, trying to save your sister. Yeah, and you just exercise the ghosts with the camera.
So it's essentially this really claustrophobic first-person thing where it's like if you want to kill something, you have to sit there and be like, all right, now focus, pose for me. All right, you're an animal. You're an animal.
And they're like puzzles that you have to solve and really creepy environments. The music is really cool. Yeah, it's
Have
awesome.
you played the Wii U one yet, though?
I haven't. I
downloaded
desperately
the
wanted to play
demo.
that. Was it good?
It was pretty good.
It's one of the only games where the Wii U is actually useful.
Yeah, no, and that was cool because you use the pad, so it added that whole thing. So they definitely
See,
added
and I felt like using the pad as a camera would be super legit. Like it would feel like you were really
it did.
there.
Yeah. I didn't end up getting. You can only get it in America through the Wii shop, and like my Wii only has like 8 gigs, and I never got like a hard drive for it. So I was like, I still want to not delete some things. So
I have to play it. I've been wanting to play that one for the Wii for a long time.
Awesome. What else you got?
Okay. I'm saving the best for last. My second one, I'm gonna have to say, and I'm sure that people are gonna argue with me, but Persona 3. I have to throw it in there. I have to throw in a Shin Megami game. And hear me out. Hear me out.
you're not getting an argument.
No,
Okay.
we're big Shin Megami fans here.
I love Persona 3. But I feel like it does count as a horror game because you have the story is really cool.
Just a little bit of demon summoning. No big
Yeah,
deal.
definitely.
I
There's
mean,
like-
you summon demons.
Yeah.
There's a dark hour where everybody, is unaware of this hour. They go to sleep or something, and they're put in these creepy coffins.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
coffin people.
And then you have to like shoot yourself to summon your demon or whatever.
That was
So
quite fascinating the first time I played that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
kind of creepy, yeah.
JRPGs, okay.
And the whole concept of Tartarus is like the art is really creepy. Tartarus is super cool. Some of the demon monsters are really cool. You have tarot cards. So I think it definitely counts. So
Yeah, I
Persona
agree.
3 is definitely.
And can we just say Persona 3 best JRPG character ever? Aegis, because she's a robot with machine gun hands. Just saying.
Right.
But she can't be a waifu. It's sad. You can be with the other girls, but you can't waifu Aegis. I was so sad.
What is this injustice?
What? I just robot racism, man.
I just wanted to be a
injustice.
gun arm girl.
She looks so. Never mind. I'm just.
Well, she is cute.
Don't look at me like that.
It's fine. Whatever.
And the music is super cool.
The music
for
is
Persona as
amazing.
well. Yeah, I love it.
Super cool, kind of like hip hoppy, very, very like Japanese, strange kind
It's
of.
unique. Yeah, it's unique.
Awesome though.
Yeah.
And I love the Velvet Room music. That music is awesome.
Yes.
Igor's creepy. Igor creeps me the heck out, man. Ugh. But don't forget, 5's coming next. 5 just came out in Japan like a week ago.
I'm
Did it?
so
Yes,
excited.
and it's coming out. I think is it January or February over here.
I can't remember it.
I needs it though. I need it so bad.
I feel
I
so
always
guilty
try
saying
not
I
to.
can't remember. But
I try not to think about like release dates because they change so often that I don't want to like get
That is true.
invested.
Yeah, good point.
But I have the collector's edition coming for that, so I'm super excited.
That's cool.
Lovely. All right, so you said you were saving best for last.
Yes.
I'm curious.
Oh yes, so I'd have to say, oh goodness, this is probably my favorite game ever. Like, not just including horror games.
Balloon fight.
BioShock. Close, but no.
BioShock.
BioShock, yes.
yes.
I like Bioshock.
Oh my gosh, yeah. For me, so whatever it is that I do, whether it's art, literature, music, movies, whatever, I love for them to have a lot of social commentary, and I love for there to be like hidden, symbolism and deeper meanings and stuff. Like I just feel like you get a lot more out of it, and I love stuff like that. So for BioShock, for me, I just thought it was so perfect. The atmosphere was perfect, the music was perfect, the environments are so creepy,
Right.
and on top of that, it has a lot of that social commentary, and it has a lot of that, symbolic stuff to it.
Right.
And that's just perfect.
And
to
the
me.
first BioShock was pretty darn creepy too. The first time you saw the
Yes.
splicers bashing on the window of your the bathysphere, whatever you in the beginning there, where it's like with the wrench, yeah.
And I think the little sisters are a super creepy concept as well.
Right. And
I-
then it's like, it's like save them or not. It's like, but look at them.
Yeah.
I want to touch
They're
them. I
gonna,
won't save.
they're gonna like hurt me. I don't know. Like when I started playing it, it was because it gives you those choices. That always just creeped me out. I'm like, I guess I'll save them.
And I really
have to.
I love the similarities between Andrew Ryan, blah, 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 blah. I can't speak apparently. Andrew
Jesus.
Ryan and
And he's the
Ayn
main
Rand.
bad guy.
Yes, yeah, he's like the guy that
Bad-
created
big
bad
guy.
guy quotations who
Right.
created Rapture, and Ayn Rand, and objectivism. I think that's super cool. I think he's completely symbolic of objectivism, and I think I just love it. It really works.
Welcome to Philosophy Cast. I'm Matt.
Right.
No, but you make a very good point. I
Yeah,
love
totally.
Bioshock, but, Bioshock, specifically Infinite, which is one of my favorite games of the past decade, is one of the only games that made me genuinely very angry. And not because it was bad, because I didn't like the way it ended.
I bought Infinite, but I played. It came with part 1, and I played part 1, but I still haven't played.
So good.
That
Infinite
one.
was.
Infinite
I
is great
won't
as
spoil
well.
it for you, but the way the game Infinite ends is great. But the way the DLC, like, it puts a cap on the entire universe, and I was kind of like, this is beautiful, and I'm going to cry, but I'm so upset at this. It's just there's a point when games can be art, and I really think Bioshock is a very good example of that, where it's
Absolutely.
so good, and it can be just a regular shooter if you want it to be, but can also be this very
And
deep experience.
I don't like shooters normally, but I totally got into Bioshock.
Yeah, same thing. My thing
Because it
is like
didn't feel like it.
RPGs.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it has a lot of those RPG elements, and then
Right.
especially when it has those deeper connections,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you feel more connected to the characters, and it feels like it's awesome. Oh, I love it. I could gush about Bioshock all day.
Gush, gush. We'll give you a bucket. It's okay. That's awesome, though. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
So, all right, my top 3. Clock Tower,
Yeah.
because the original for the PS1, because it is a horror movie game. You know what I mean? It's you are hiding. It's like a terrible click adventure, but I played it so many times. That's like one of the games where like I got every ending. I mean, it's not really that hard to get the different endings, but I just fell in love with it. And I've even seen the movie it's based on, kind of, which is like, it's weird. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's Phenomena. I had to Google it to make sure I said it right. Yeah, Phenomena. I can never say it right. But it's a Dario Argento film, and it has Jennifer Connelly in it.
Ooh, Dario
Like back
Argento.
when she did like Labyrinth and stuff.
Have you seen this before, Britt? You're the horror movie freak.
I
here.
know.
No,
and it's
I
crazy.
hadn't. I've seen his other films, but I had never seen this one. And then I went out of my way to watch it. And if you know Clock Tower, it's like the sprites of the girl Jennifer in Clock Tower are totally her. It's Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, I thought so.
Exactly. And but the movie though has like this whole. It's basically the same. There's a little. I don't want to give it too much, but there's like a thing coming after her, Scissor Man, blah blah blah. But except in the movie, she can talk to bugs. And it's a little weird, and it comes out of nowhere. But she has like this power.
I know exactly. Yeah.
She has this power to talk to bugs. You might have seen it,
We
and just
have
never
seen it.
I
realized
think
it
I've
was this
seen that
movie.
before,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where like, and now if you go back and look at Clock Tower, it's like, oh my god, this all came from there. But it's weird.
That's
But,
amazing.
Yeah, but I love Clock Tower because it was, I'm really into film, and that's kind of what I want out of video games. I need them to like have a lot of depth to them and like meat. That's why I like RPGs and stuff, because I like to be invested. So,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, those are the best.
and then so what was my next one? I freaking had the list, and I told you the list too.
You told me Rule of Rose was one of them.
Oh yeah, Rule of Rose. Thank you. I mean, mine was blanking. So the other was Rule of Rose, kind of for the similar reasons. It's super weird. It's definitely like horror themed.
So expensive.
Yeah, it's beautiful though. The music's good. It's so weird. I have not finished the game, sadly, because it's really clunky, but it's kind of feels, and I'm not gonna say it in a bad way. It's clunky. You're playing a young girl, okay, fighting like monsters, so it really does make sense that it be this difficult to do stuff. And a lot of people argue that about that game, and so that makes sense. But you have to go into it knowing that when you do play it, because it's not Resident Evil. Like you're not, well, Resident Evil was tanky, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, them tank controls. Yeah.
You know what I mean. Yeah, but I don't know. I like it. And then my third would be. I made a joke and said, No Man's Sky, because, but I really didn't think there's anything wrong with it.
There's some really freaky monsters in that game.
Yeah, no, but Until Dawn, I think, because I tend to be about what I'm playing recently, and I feel like they, along the same lines, I'm really into, especially with horror games, I feel like you have to pull from horror movies for it to really
Definitely.
feel good, or have, like, the Silent Hill demo, how that was, but it still felt like a horror movie. But Until Dawn, I think they did a really good job with doing the stereotypical like teen horror flick, that we all love.
Oh yeah,
You know,
slashes for the win.
and I don't know. You haven't finished it, right?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm close to finishing it, but I haven't yet.
But I mean, you know, it has its stereotypical things that happen, and
Yeah.
then and you're like, oh, duh. But you know, it's still fun, and then there's enough deviations you can do with the butterfly effect that I feel like they did a really good job. There's other games like the one where you put the folded paper on the front of it, Heavy Rain.
Oh, Heavy Rain, yes.
Heavy Rain was like trying, and I feel like it got a little bit too far away with its mechanics.
It's like Beyond Two Souls with the same kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and I played all three of those, and is like out of all of them, but like, and they all kind of have that same thing.
Yeah, definitely the
But
same feel.
Until Dawn, like really like got it. You know, in the beginning when they like check out your personality test and stuff to
Yeah.
figure things out, like I loved all of that. I mean, I knew what was going on, and I was like, great, but I'm gonna be honest.
No bugs,
I really do.
please.
I did feel like in Until Dawn, it grasped you a little bit more,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was more a part of the story. You know, actually these characters, and that's really cool. That's something that's really cool about horror games versus horror movies,
Right.
Because I feel like with a movie, you're just yelling at somebody, no, don't open that door, or no, don't do that, or don't run
Right.
up the stairs, or blah blah blah. But with horror games, you're actually that character, so there's more room for them to manipulate that anxiety,
Right.
and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I feel really bad. I really loved Heavy Rain as a game, but for some reason, the only thing that sticks in my mind is walking around a mall going, Jason!
I mean, that's what everybody thinks about with Heavy Rain. Like everyone I know is like, my kid would not have gotten away from me. You know.
It's because I tie a chain around his neck, makes
Right.
him walk slow. Wait, no, sorry. Don't.
But I don't know. But they're not even my favorites because they were scary. It was like, but I mean, Clock Tower freaked me out, I will say. Back in PS1 days, like when you're trying to click on a freaking closet to hide in it and you're like, in comes Scissor Man. Like, you know what I mean? It had
Yeah.
that. Like, so and Until Dawn too kind of gave me jump scares. But that's like a cheap, I don't know.
Just wait to get to mine. Most of my games, my top three, they're not really scary.
Yeah, but the universe, I feel like they captured it.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so for me, my number one is going to be the original Left 4 Dead. Typical zombie 4-player shooter. I put a lot of time into Left 4 Dead, and I don't know why. Yeah, I do. So I used to be a PC technician at Circuit City, right? Everyone know what happened at Circuit City?
What's Circuit City?
Exactly. So I had a lot of time to play Left
Is that
4
like
Dead.
Best Buy?
Oh, sad face.
Oh, rip.
But I love Left 4 Dead because it, at its heart, is just a co-op shooter, but it does maintain this kind of creepy aspect to it with the wave of zombies that come randomly, the random spawning for stuff. And then when you have the versus mode, you have the guys who get to play as the zombies, and things actually get kind of like intense. Because when you're playing against the AI zombies, it's kind of easy to get around them. But when you have someone else like hiding in a bush, ready to like grab you with their giant tongue and choke the life out of you, it's pretty awesome, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Plus, there was the mod where you could turn the tank into Macho Man Randy Savage, which was awesome as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love the Teletubby mod. That was so
Horrifying.
creepy. Yeah, and there was like Teletubbies, and they had blood on them, and their eyes were creepy, and then
blank,
they'd
dead
run at you like
eyes.
la la.
Just
It was
armies
so
of
awesome.
Teletubbies
It was
coming out
so
through
awesome.
the wall at you. Ghosting.
Super cool.
My number two, and you guys know I'm gonna have a Sega game on here. Come on, man, it's gonna happen. Was The Haunting, starring Poltergeist for the Sega Genesis. So this game, if you guys have ever played Trapped, or what's the new one that came out on PS4 where it's the same thing and you have to like lay traps for people and
Deception?
Oh, Deception, yes.
This was like that, but a lot cuter and cartoony, where you were this super cool skateboarding dude who happened to get run over by a moving van by these really
I had a
mean
PC
family.
game like this.
And you have to go around, and your goal is to scare them out of their house. So you have to go around like infecting different things, causing like series of traps to go off, and so you pretty much scare the family out of the house.
Yeah.
And every time they run away to move to a new house, you follow them along, and it gets progressively more complicated. It's just really, really cool because you could like hop into like a skateboard and try to eat people, and if you actually like run out of time and lose ectoplasm, you go to hell and have to fight your way back through hell to get back to the thing again.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really, really awesome, man. Plus, it was Sega Genesis, so yeah. And easily my number one favorite like horror game of all time is gonna be Eternal Darkness.
Ooh, that's a
If you have
good
not
one.
played Eternal Darkness yet, you need to get a GameCube just for
Yeah,
this
I was
one.
gonna say you have to play it on GameCube though.
Yeah, for sure, because it is so good. I had a friend that worked at a game store when this came out, and he had people bring it back to him. Like, this game's broken. It's deleting my memory card, and it's turning off my TV and stuff. And it had the sanity effects.
Right.
If you haven't played Eternal Darkness before, you had 3 meters. You had your health. You had your magic.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoilers. You had your health, your magic, and sanity. And as you saw crazy monsters or got hurt or things happen, your sanity meter would decrease. And as it went down, the game would start to screw with you. Like, it would change the volume on your television. It would put things out of focus. You'd walk into a room sometimes and, like, you would just lose your arms and start dancing. There would be a bug crawling across the screen, all kinds of crazy stuff. And the game itself was already kind of creepy with some really, really good combat. Like, you know how Dead Space had the dismemberment system? I think Eternal Darkness was one of the first games to do that, where in order to kill things, you want to, like, lop their arms off, or you want to cut their heads off, because otherwise they're just going to keep coming, so you chop them into little tiny pieces. So much good, man. So much good.
Evil Dead style.
Exactly. So much bueno. Also, I wanted to just do an honorable mention. Has anyone here played Clive Barker's Undying before?
No.
I love Clive Barker, but I've never played that.
Yeah,
the
I've
man.
like seen screenshots of it and read about it because I love Clive Barker too.
So much good. And Clive Barker went on to make Jericho, which unfortunately sucked miserably, I thought. But Undying was just really cool, where it's like, I'm going to take this kind of like cool Books of Blood story and throw it into a video game, and you just have to play through it. Where you're a friend of one of this guy, and his family is all just possessed and insane. So you go through the house.
It's a Book of Blood story. I didn't realize that.
I don't think it's right out of it, but it's exactly what it feels like it could have been pretty much. And as you go through the house starts off being okay, and as you get further into it, it slowly starts to kind of twist and contort. So you'll walk by paintings, and then when you come back around, the paintings are all like ugly and bloody, and they'll come out and try to eat you and stuff and everything. It's just really true Clive Barker. Everything's twisted. Nothing is what it seems.
What was this for?
I think it's like PC, and it came
PC.
out like 15 years ago.
Huh.
But it's really, really good.
Maybe I'm thinking Jericho because I don't know this one.
Yeah, Jericho was the one that was for like 360 and PS3.
Right.
You could like ghost between characters. This was
Yes.
one guy. You played, I forget his name, but you're more or less like an occult Indiana Jones. Like, you have like a magic stone and a revolver, and you have to kill all these things, and it was just so good. Obviously, it's aged pretty poorly now. It's got like early 3D graphics on a PC.
Well, yeah, like Clock Tower. If you try to play that now, you'd be like, I'm so angry.
Little scissor guy plopping across, but no, definitely deserves being mentioned because it was just so darn good. I'm gonna go play it. I think I have it on my computer still. I'll see if I can find you a copy of it because it's awesome.
That sounds cool.
So I also just have like a list of other awesome stuff that we weren't going to mention. I figured would you bring it up.
Do it.
But first off, I want to actually mention I have a story for you guys. So I am wearing
Story time.
Story time. I am wearing one of my favorite T-shirts, my Vampire Hunter D T-shirt, which is awesome. Anyone who doesn't know what Vampire Hunter D is, shame on you. Go watch it. Go play it. It's a really good PS1 game that played like Resident Evil, but with a Vampire Hunter. It's pretty sweet. So Vampire Hunter D is a story about this half-human, half-vampire hunter, and he goes around killing vampires and saving people and this kind of stuff. Coincidentally,
Oh, it's like Twilight.
Exactly, but a lot less stupid. I don't think he sparkles.
Sorry.
He has a hand that talks to him though. Yeah. The artwork for Vampire Hunter D was done by the guy who did all the concept artwork for Final Fantasy, Yoshitaka Amano. So it's just this very gorgeous, sweeping, beautiful stuff. But the reason I bring it up, one of my first horror experiences, since this is one of our Halloween show, a very young Matt, something like 25 years ago. That's how old I am. I was at a video store looking at the VHS section and the kids section right there, right? So I'm looking around, like looking at the Disney Stop Doing Drugs special and the G.I. Joe movie and Rescuers Down Under. And there's this little movie called Vampire Hunter D. I'm like, oh, that's a cool looking cartoon. Mommy, can I rent this? So we go rent and get home, and we put it on, and some guy gets his head ripped off, people getting torn to pieces. I didn't talk to anyone for a couple days. It was terrible.
And then he was like, I only wanted like robots.
Exactly.
Now.
Then it's like, no, robots for the rest of my life. Robots don't bleed.
Robots don't bleed.
I would just share that with y'all. So when you went, what's wrong with that guy? That's what's wrong with that guy.
I mean, I'll add
And
that
thus
to the
was
list.
born a complex.
Yeah.
Many, many animes and giant robots later, we have that.
Dun dun dun.
Absolutely horrible. Let's talk some newer stuff. Like, what about Dead Space?
I watched my brother play Dead Space.
Oh, it's so good.
It was cool.
Dead Space is super cool. I like the concept of having to chop their limbs off. I thought that was really awesome.
And I know it's big on jump scares too.
Yeah,
Oh,
and there
yeah.
were some really stressful scenes, like the eye one. Oh Lord, yeah, that one was crazy. But I felt like in 3 it kind of got more actiony.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took out a lot of that horror element for me.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's just like Resident Evil. Resident Evil 1 through 4, I want to say, were really, really good. Like, 1 I didn't play until it came out for GameCube, which is still the prettiest GameCube game ever made. Have you guys played the GameCube remake of it?
I played it and then I got mad when I had to light zombies on fire. And then I just rage quit because I played it in the original and then I was like, all right, cool, they were making it, and then as soon as I was like, oh my god, I have to go back and light all of them on fire.
Or they come back after
or
you
they're
again,
gonna
dude.
come back and be worse with claws. I was like,
Nope.
I'm like, I already know what happens.
Screw this. I think my first Resident Evil was 2, actually. I played it for 64.
Me too. I think I played 2.
The really crappy, grainy cutscenes on the cartridge and stuff and everything, but that game scared the heck out of me, man. But I don't know. I was never a big fan of what they did with 5. I like action games. I like shooters.
I
Don't take my
played
scary
5 online with my brother because we both loved Resident Evil. So that was cool, but it was a shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a
lost
shooter.
little
It wasn't
bit of that
scary anymore.
Yeah.
element.
Yeah.
I mean, it was out in the sun, and
It was just not. It wasn't the same thing, but it was just something. That's the only positive thing I have about it. It was like a bonding experience for me and my
That's cool,
brother.
then.
But that was it. It
least-
wasn't Resident Evil anymore.
if you play it by yourself, oh my god.
Right, because then you have an AI character.
She's so dumb. It's like, just get out of the way. Like, there's points where I couldn't go through the door because she's standing there like,
It really was made for playing with someone else.
Yeah,
because
for
we
sure.
had a good time. Like, it was fine. Like, there's weird little puzzle moments, and and I heard the nightmare stories though.
which is just no bueno. But I think, yeah, Britt was saying Dead Space went the same way. 1 and 2, 2 specifically, 2 was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Because 2, like, the theory behind 2, at least for me, is that it's all just a hallucination. There aren't actually any necromorphs at the station. Isaac just went nuts and murdered everybody. I love that idea.
That's a cool concept
Yeah.
for sure.
Really epic. What about, like, for me, a horror game I couldn't finish or even get through the first hour of was Alien Isolation. I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't do
I
it. It
haven't
stressed
played
me
it.
out,
It
man.
It
is
seems
so
really cool because you just
stressful.
run and hide, right? It's one of those.
Yeah,
can't
basically,
kill
you
it.
can't kill it. You just have your flamethrower or whatever, something to scare it off, and you just have to hide. And no matter where you hide, the alien will find you.
Yeah, you
course.
can't just go
It's
back
terrifying.
to the cabinet, man. It's not bueno. And then I got
And
as
it's
far.
fast. It's so
Oh, yeah,
stressful.
it's
I
terrible.
love it.
I got as far as when you got into the vents, and then you've seen Alien. You've seen Alien.
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
The little radar that.
I feel like it's the movie, right? You play Ripley in the movie.
You play Ripley's daughter.
Oh, daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I need to read up on it then.
It's canon too, which is awesome because her, in Aliens is like what 80 years later, something like that. So
Yes, because she was thinking about her daughter in one of the flashbacks in the original.
Yeah, this takes place like 20 years after the first movie. I want to
Okay.
say it's like 20 or like 15 or something like that. They didn't really say specifically. When
So
it was,
Winona Ryder, all that didn't happen.
but-
Alien Resurrection. No. Just kidding.
Well, officially, because they're making another Alien movie
Another
after,
one, yeah.
after the Prometheus debacle sequel. What are they calling it now? Alien Jericho.
Prometheus was like a side story, right? Because you
They're-
see like the origin of the man in the big ship.
I
thing.
thought, yeah, it was supposed to be a prequel.
They're
right?
tying the
Yeah.
sequel he's making is tying it directly into the Alien universe. Okay, we're just gonna go into movie cast really quick. I thought Prometheus was really pretty, but one gigantic plot hole. Like there was a lot of cool ideas, a lot of cool stuff, but then you finish it and it's like, yeah, but why was any of that really necessary?
See, but I feel like they left it open for other movies. Like as long as they explain it in the sequel, I feel like it'll be okay.
You don't do that. That's
I'm aware, but
horrible
he's Ridley
filmmaking.
Scott. Like he expects to make another film.
Yes, he's Legend. He's Gladiator. He's Blade Runner.
my favorite.
Blade Runner, which did not need a sequel, and they're making a sequel. They're making a sequel to Blade Runner?
I didn't know that.
Yes, the travesty. Why?
I don't understand.
Leave it alone, man. Deckard's a replicant. Just drop it. I don't care.
The PC game is actually really good.
Yes, it is. I got it like a month ago at a con. I was like, I have to buy this.
No, it's
I don't care.
randomly good. It's like a little it's off topic, but I guess not. No, but sci-fi.
We're talking about video games. It's okay.
But yeah, it was
Whatever.
actually good.
I'm steering this boat. Go where you want, babe. Have you ever played Snatcher, by the way? Which is more or
I've-
less Blade Runner, the anime game?
Kind of seen videos because it's hard to get, but
Yeah, it is. Talking about some Kojima excellence.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm so happy that Kojima is no longer strapped to Metal Gear for the rest of his life? I mean, I like Metal Gear.
mean,
It's
good
got
for him.
robots. I mean, but
Yeah, and it looks like they're letting him do whatever he wants.
whatever he wants to. Oh my god. This,
Norman Reedus baby.
yeah, this is
thing.
about whales and dead stuff on the beach. And I'm like, okay, go crazy. If it has robots, I'm there, babe. Move on.
Silent Hills.
Did you see that picture he posted right after he got that standing ovation at E3?
Oh, the one with
It was
the
that
coffee cup?
Yeah, the coffee cup that said Konami Tears.
And he's just drinking
so
it like, yeah. Okay, we need to talk about Silent Hills for a second. Man.
Aw,
I'm so sad.
my heart.
I won't delete it off my PlayStation
Nope.
Yes, I still have it. I refuse.
because it was like I made my boyfriend sit down and play it. I was like, you need to play this,
was
and I'm gonna
so
watch you. And he was like, I don't get it. I'm just like, go there.
I have many not PG
was
things to say to
so
Konami
amazing.
for axing that. Because then it pissed off Del Toro. I mean, and Guillermo, thank you. The man.
I can do that too.
I mean, you think, that guy, he's done what? He did Mimic, he did Hellboy, he did Pacific Rim, Giant Robots. I mean, he's just
Crimson
a twisted
Peak.
genius.
I mean, it was
Yes.
going to be the ultimate. Crimson Peak is so good. It was going to be
Pan's
like the
Labyrinth?
ultimate. Yes, it was going to be like a great team up, and it was
Yeah.
just that demo was just like beautiful.
terrifying.
It
Like genuinely,
was.
like just left me very scared.
It was super creepy.
Which
that
doesn't happen often.
Starting over and over and over again, it kind of messed with your mind a little
Yeah.
bit. I loved it.
And little things would change, and
Yeah.
I loved that.
And Del Toro is one of my favorite directors. I was so bummed when they said they weren't going to make it anymore because
And then he was really burned.
Yeah, he just said, "I'll
Yeah,
never
yeah.
work on a video game again," which is terrible. It's like, no, please come back, you beautiful round man. Make more cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah, his creatures are super stunning, and I think he would have lent so much to that
Right.
game.
Have
They
you
messed
seen
up.
some of his sketchbooks? The one he has up there. What's it called? I
yes.
forget. It's like, never mind. We're just going off and looking at the movie cast. and-
Right?
Well, I mean, horror.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Halloween.
It
Deal with
happens.
It happens. So there is hope a little bit with Resident Evil 7. Have you guys been watching the demos for that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
For
I
one,
have
it's
the
VR,
demo.
which is like,
That's
yes.
going to be so cool.
Because the one demo that came with it,
That's
the
what
one,
makes me want VR, is just specifically the Resident Evil. That's why I was going to get it, but then now I've decided to wait because I'm not going to only get it for Resident Evil. Because that's like a waste, really.
I'm definitely getting it for Resident Evil 7. I'm definitely getting it for Rez, just Rez, because Rez is amazing. If you haven't played Rez yet, play it. You'll thank me later. And of course, all the giant robot games. But that last,
And Batman? Can't forget about Batman.
Oh, yeah, but isn't it like replaying Arkham, but you like can see yourself?
it just looks to me. I thought it was just a demo, of like you like putting on the back suit and like, look at my pretty little bat muscles.
No, because there's definitely combat. I saw a little trailer that had combat in it.
They haven't been very
so.
specific with what it is.
It
yet.
just
Maybe I
seems like
missed it.
most of the stuff that they're first showing looks like demos. So I'm like,
There's a big
are
chunk of
these
it.
going to be full games, or is it going to be like, look, I'm wearing a bat suit. I am Batman.
You know you want to be Batman though.
I don't.
Really?
No.
Are you more of like
How
a
dare
Superman
you?
or Flash person?
I'm not into superheroes. I like scary movies.
That's okay. I mean, we'll,
Me
we'll,
too.
we'll allow that.
So, Michael Myers, yeah. Can I play a game where I'm Michael Myers?
No, but
I'd
you can play a game where you're Jason
Or you
Voorhees.
Oh, I know. That's coming out. That's going to be cool. I'm excited about that. No, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not you can take my nerd card. I'm not.
It's okay. I mean, you have other areas that kind of,
I make
pass
up
that
for
so
it.
it's all right. I gotta say, I feel really bad because the first time I saw a trailer for the Friday the 13th game, I gave it such a hard time.
I thought it looked really cool.
I thought it looked so bad, but then someone told me that's an indie game. I was like, oh, I thought this was like a AAA title.
It
Never
wasn't
mind.
originally Friday the 13th either, but then like they got the rights. Like
Ooh, that's awesome.
the Friday the 13th people were like, go for it. As far as I know.
It's got potential, I think, in the same way that Left 4 Dead did, where the good guy, bad guy thing is really cool because you're the random teenagers and stuff, and some lucky, like who played like all 6 of us that played Evolve, because that game didn't do all that well. That game was awesome, and then it just dropped off the map because one guy got to play the big evil monster and stalk everybody. I always played the monster. That was awesome.
That's you in real life.
Yes, because I just stalk people. Like in like
You always play the monster.
I'm sitting there in the dark with my robot costume. Hello there, little boy. Do you want to watch some anime?
You like to just like pop in and scare me here, so it makes sense.
It's like, Matt, you don't work anymore. What are you doing here? Shush.
He does it to me all the time.
Oh.
This is not true. I come in here and I'm like, hi, Michael, how's it going? He's like, you didn't do this and you didn't do that.
That's not what happens. No, he'll just like come around the corner and I won't be ready, and he'll just be like, Michael, and I get scared. I jump scares. I like horror movies.
Amazing.
I think something that Evolve suffered from is, I think it came out before people were a little bit, I don't think people were ready for the online only thing.
People still have problems with that, I
Yeah.
think, a lot of the time. Because that,
I think it's more accepted now, though, than it was then, maybe a year or a year and a half ago.
it's rapidly getting better.
Yeah.
Because people had a big issue with Diablo 3, another game that we could totally say is Halloween because it has the devil in it. Yay. When that came out, there was a
Spoilers.
huge Diablo. No.
What?
That's what it is. Oh my
I
gosh.
thought that was just a metaphor. I thought it was like a rolling pin or something. But see, that was online only, and people were really mad about that for a while.
But see, PC gamers have been dealing with that forever, for like, what, a decade?
Yeah.
We're just an
Yeah.
angry bunch of people, though. We just argue. It's okay.
Was Diablo 3 online only? I thought you just had to connect.
You had to be connected. That's the
Yeah,
point, though.
yeah.
And
And that was the problem I think people had, because they're like, why do I have to connect?
Yeah, they weren't used to that concept.
Right.
Well, originally because it was for their stupid auction house that thankfully
Yes.
fell through the floor. But
Yes, I think that's what the initial thing was, right? Yeah.
and then they just kind of rolled with it from there. But it's like whatever. So you talk about jump scares. Does anyone here like Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes. No, I can't.
I hate that game.
I can't do it. No,
My
jump
brother
scares are
loves
my
it.
problem.
I've noticed that like lots of children love that
Yeah.
game for some reason. Am I missing? I must be getting old. I don't know.
It's because it's kind of a cool concept. I mean, you're in this basically a Chuck E. Cheese environment.
You need to like
The
shut all the
animatronics are
lights off,
creepy.
put your like laptop in front of you, and do it, and you will jump.
But I think you really have to like jump scares.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
basically all the game is. So if you
It is
if
all
you're
it is.
expecting so if you're expecting something like, ooh, I want to explore, I want to do all these things.
That's why I couldn't
it's,
finish it.
You know,
It
it's
makes me
not like
sick.
that.
Because
Yeah.
I jump scares get me so good. That's why it's hard for people to watch movies with me because I will scare them because I'm scared. But I'm not even scared. But like something will jump out and I'll jump because my body just does that, and then whoever's with me, I'll like hit them or something. But I'm not that frightened anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
I digress.
I'm more of like, I'll turn off all the lights and I'll play Amnesia or something like that. I'm much more of like a building
I
suspense
loved
game.
Amnesia.
So did you ever play Soma?
No.
Dude. All right, so Amnesia Dark Descent, I'm pretty sure everyone's played now, where you're this guy and you wake up in a castle and you have amnesia, and you have to kind of go through it and find out what's going on, and there's this thing that's hunting you and you can't really see it.
And you're kind of insane, maybe.
Just a smidgens. Well, Soma is sort of like the same thing, but it takes place in this underwater facility, so it has this super claustrophobic kind of feeling to it.
I've been told about this. Yes.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, it's more or less the same game,
Yeah.
but it's more entrapped. There's no windows, there's nothing. It's just blackness, and there's something. Something is hunting you. It's really good. You'd like it a lot. Sorry. Leave me alone.
I didn't say anything. I'm just judging.
Yeah, just judging silently from your chair over there. That's my kind of thing. Or like, what about like Slender?
That actually wasn't bad.
Like it worked
I thought
because it was
pretty
all just
cool.
there was nothing in that game. It was just the sound effects, just the thumping of it coming after you when you got more pages.
Yeah.
That scared the hell out of me, man. I'm not
Yeah,
ashamed.
that was cool.
I'm fine.
I feel like the Slender thing has been a little overdone.
It's a little played out now,
lately.
yeah.
When
But
it came out,
when
though,
it came out, yeah, it was super cool. I was into it.
Have
Find
any of
those
you-
pages.
Yeah.
Have either one of y'all played Layers of Fear yet?
No.
Oh, I want to play that so bad.
Actually, a really, really good game. I don't even think it's finished yet, or is it finally finished? Because I played it when it was in beta.
I don't know anything about it.
You go into this house and it all revolves around paintings. So
Okay.
it's sort
Sorry.
of like PT, where you keep going through and things get more and more like twisted as you go.
And
Okay.
you're the artist, right? Like you're an artist,
It's like-
Spoilers.
and the paintings are yours. Is that?
Spoilers.
Well, I don't even know if that's
that
a
a
thing, but I
spoiler?
think it
Yeah.
is.
I don't remember.
I think it is.
No,
Just in
but
case it
I
is.
remember something about paintings now.
Yeah, really cool game. I think we're actually finally seeing a good resurgence of horror games, because there was a while there where everything you saw was like Resident Evil 5 and Dead Space 3 and less
I
horror
think
and
people are
more.
realizing they can slow down
Mhm.
because that's really what makes them good. You kind of have to slow down.
Yeah, suspense is bueno.
I think
Yeah.
they were, developers are starting to branch off, but I felt like for a while there, they were trying to make everything Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Let's appeal to that crowd closer to Call of Duty. So a lot of those games that we saw, some of the horror elements were taken out to replace with action elements.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that's coming back,
and it
though,
has
the
its
horror
place.
thing.
I mean, that's why I like Left 4 Dead. I mean,
It
everything has
does,
its place,
yeah.
but you gotta have the scary stuff, man. You got to. I won't play it because I'm a big baby now and I just can't handle it anymore.
I just
but-
really like the quiet build and like the story and finding out why you're there and like
Running from
Gone
the thing that wants to
Home.
eat
Like
you.
I liked Gone Home. Like
I haven't played that.
it's chill and you just discover a story by searching a house. You know what I mean?
It's awesome.
Like I
That
like
sounds
that kind of
cool.
stuff. Yeah, you should definitely try it, especially if you like storyline.
Ooh, yeah.
It builds really good.
I want to check that out.
On a complete side note, because it's not scary at all and I don't care.
It's not scary though, but
Have either one of you played Abzu yet?
mm-mm.
Dude, you want to talk about just like chill experiences? Abzu is this really cool like indie game. It's a lot like Journey. or
Okay.
Flower,
Oh, I love Journey.
but you're underwater.
Oh, it's by the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. I beat it a couple weeks back, and just like all I have to say is Shark Jesus for the win, because Shark Jesus is amazing. And if you've played it, you know exactly what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
That sounds cool. No, I saw that. I need to get it. My queue right now is getting intense.
Yeah.
Because so much like Square Enix, it's just like this and this and this and this and this.
Dude,
so
it's coming. It's almost time for Final Fantasy 15, dude. It's
Yes.
almost time.
yeah,
super excited
that
about
Dragon
that.
Quest Builders. Now I'm playing, Dragon Quest. On
And
the
Final
3DS.
Fantasy is going to be VR compatible, isn't it?
A part of it will be, yeah.
I think that's
Like
really
that's
cool.
more just demos and stuff, but you can
Yeah.
sit in the car and listen to music. Have you
It's
watched
still cool, though.
Kingsglaive yet?
No,
It's actually really good.
they
Like,
had it in a movie theater. I was gonna go.
a lot of the reviews are like it's kind of overcomplicated. And I was like, were you drunk? Is everything okay? I mean, because I thought it was awesome, and then it had an amazing voice cast like Sean Bean was.
I know.
the
And
king.
then what's her butt too?
I love What's Her Butt.
You know who I'm talking about? The Queen. Why am I blanking? Lena Headey, right? Isn't she in it too?
Ooh, I don't know.
Also from Game of Thrones.
I really don't do
She's,
names that well. I just know
oh my
Sean
god, why am I blanking? I need other people to remember names too.
Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google. Just keep talking.
Okay. There's also. Have you watched the Brotherhood anime for it yet?
No.
They're just throwing it all at the wall. For
Yeah,
this game.
which is good because it's like get us ready for the storyline. You know what I mean?
Because Brotherhood's all just backstory on each of Noxus's 4 friends, and it's so good. It's got me just desperately needing to play this game. Because I like Final Fantasy for the story more often than anything else. The combat looks cool. I like the Kingdom Hearts combat. I'm fine to give that a try. It looks really pretty. I play these games for the story. I play these games to
Me
get
too.
into it. And they're
Yeah,
just
she
feeding
is
me
in it.
story.
It's she's freaking the queen from Game of Thrones. She's always drinking wine. Why am I blanking? What's her name? Cersei.
Can I tell you a secret?
You don't watch Game of Thrones.
I've watched one episode.
Oh,
of Game
no
of Thrones.
wonder. I mean, now I'm like, why are you guys not understanding? You're not Game of Thrones people.
I looked at it and I was like, huh.
I have to leave.
I know, man. You like Game of Thrones.
I was like,
you don't
why?
comic
I was
books.
like, I'm not crazy. Yeah, but she's one of like the best people in that show. Anyway,
is she dead yet?
I'm not gonna tell you anything. I read the books too.
I'll actually eventually read the books. I just to me the. Welcome to Tangent Cast. How can I help you today?
Yeah, we're really bad this time.
Game of Thrones to me reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan, the anime. Did you ever watch that?
Kind of.
Where it's let's see how
I think I know
dark
about
and
it.
depressing we can make things just because we can.
No, you need to read it.
Okay. Well, I've heard the books are a lot better than the show. Is the books I like more of like a black sense of humor
If you
to
like
them.
to read, then I would
I do like to read,
strongly
so.
suggest read the book, and then you'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay, I will do
'Cause
so.
I had that feeling when I first read it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Based on your recommendation, Michael, I won't read it. No,
I think you should. The first book's hard because there's a lot of
Cold-blooded.
information, but
I have to finish. I'm finally getting through Ready Player One now after like 12 years.
it's so good.
It's
It is.
hilarious. I just got through the beginning part where they're arguing about Lady Hawk. And I was like, hey, I like Lady Hawk. Shut up.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, man.
It
Rutger
appeals to
Hauer.
like if you know stuff about 80s and play video games. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah, I'm
it's all my
just
life.
drooling all over the movie. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is terrible. All the D&D gags and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, "Ah,
D&D too, right?
I'm not alone with all the nerditude. This is great. I love that man. He's awesome. Okay, so to wrap this up, I figured, since Game Over is more or less kind of a family-friendly kind of environment, we're going to talk about some family-friendly games, like if you want to play with your kids, or if you're like me and you don't like scary games because you cry and you make a mess. With some cool, like, awesome Halloween games you can play with your kids or with your cousins. Like,
Ooh.
Everyone here played Monster Madness before?
Oh, that game is so great.
I love Monster Madness.
Is that the one where you build monsters?
No.
It
Oh,
plays a lot like Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
yeah, it's like Zombies Ate My Neighbors,
Yeah.
but it's for PS3 and Xbox.
I haven't played that
Where
one.
it's like a hack and slash thing. It's
oh,
like,
okay, wait, yeah, and your kids
yeah,
in a haunted house. I've seen the cover.
super awesome game. It's absolutely terrible, but it's a lot of fun. It's 4-player drop in, drop out co-op. Like
I mean,
ghost
that'd be good for
zombies.
kids.
It's tons of fun.
I'll play it too. I don't care.
Well, I can't think of like my scary and kids scary, like the Ghostbuster game.
What about like well, you got one, Brick? Go for it.
Ooh, yes. I was going to say The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oogie's
Wait,
Revenge.
no, that yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
That's a good one. And surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
It plays a lot like Devil May Cry. So instead of
But with
Dante,
Jack
though, you're Jack Skellington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skellington. I can't speak today. But yeah, it's super cool. I loved that game.
What about there's this one game on PS1, I can't remember what the heck it was now, where you were like a knight. and you had to
Medieval.
Yes, there you
Medieval.
go.
That's
yeah.
one of my favorites.
That was awesome.
Daniel Fortescue for the win.
What?
That's
Is that
his
his name?
Yes.
The one who's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." Okay, cool. I've never played that.
He was so cute. Oh my gosh.
I need
You
to
have to play it.
now.
It's the best.
What?
I'm just laughing at you. None of us like we all name somebody and none of us knows who the other one is. It's like who? It's like I know. Why don't you?
Losers.
It's like I know names.
Well, if there's a robot, I could tell you what it was.
Right,
but-
exactly. They'll name robots. I'm like talking about Game of Thrones characters like I'm crickets.
I mean, what's her face talks to bugs apparently. So
Yeah,
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly. I feel very like Jennifer Connelly in that movie right now.
You kind of look like her too, so it's okay.
I'll take that. I will take that.
What about like, would you guys count Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts? And
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
like that? 'Cause that game's
definitely.
That's
awesome. It's
fun.
impossibly hard, and I hate my life.
I was gonna say it would probably like if you have a rage quit kid, they'll just throw controllers.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now. There is an arcade machine at the Houston Bay Area location of Game Over Videogames. And there's a high score on Ghosts and Goblins. That's mine. I did it every day at lunch for like a year and a half.
Oh.
And it's a horrible high score. It's not impressive at all. But it's mine. It's my horrible high score. I don't care. What about like, would you guys count Castlevania? Like the original ones?
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say not
I
one of like
would,
the
yeah.
more recent ones. That'd be a little bit too
Or the ones for
complicated.
the PS2, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
but-
like even up to Symphony of the Night. Something like that.
Yeah,
where
they
it's,
can
you know-
run and like whip things.
Yeah, I mean,
And the ones
everyone
for the
loves to whip things.
DS. Those are like, what, T for teen, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just more kind of open worldy, kill
Mm-hmm.
vampire stuff. I mean, what else we got? Anything else out there?
Pocket monsters. Pokemon.
That game is truly a nightmare of epic proportions.
You catch and breed monsters. You may have heard of it.
Isn't that like an indie thing they're making or whatever? It's like on the Xbox or something.
Yeah.
Is everyone here getting Sun and Moon, by the way?
Yes.
I keep going back and forth. I'm like, I want to do it, but every time I play, okay, I'm gonna date myself, but I was like in high school when Pokemon came out. Mm-hmm. I watched the cartoon because I'm that kind of person, but I tried to play the game and I couldn't get into it. And I still, to this day, like I try. Like when the Pokewalker came out, I tried because I was like, this is cool, because I was obsessed with like Tamagotchis. So I was like, this is a Tamagotchi, and I tried, and then I get halfway through one of those games and I can't. I just get bored. But I get it, though. I get it, and I see why people love it, and it's like part of their childhood, and I just miss that.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Oh my gosh, I'm super crazy into the cards. And yeah, I'm always battling people. It's so much fun. I love the TNG. I love it. I'm sorry. TCG. That's what I meant to say.
TNG.
My
the
bad.
Next Generation
My
Star
bad.
Trek cast.
I meant TCG. You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Yes, but I'm super into that. I think it's amazing. And then collecting the cards is super addicting.
Yeah.
And getting those booster packs and finding that special
I'm
card.
probably,
about the
I'm
hunts.
probably going to buy the game, though, and I'll do the same
Yeah.
thing. I'll buy it, and I'll play halfway through, and then I'll be like, okay.
But I have to play the game because of Pancake Chew.
Have you heard about this?
Oh,
the
he's super
Alolan
cute.
Raichu?
He's so
You know how he got
cute.
his powers, right?
Why?
In the description, it says they don't know how he got his psychic powers, but they think it's because it ate too many sweet pancakes.
Oh.
So
And that's
apparently
the
in
best.
Pokemon World, diabetes equals psychic powers. And he's just like, yay! All right. So minor spoilers. Next month we are doing a Pokemon show. That's why I was bringing it up now. Just kind of test
I
the
won't
water
be
a little bit.
here.
It's like I won't be here. Not
I'll be
gonna
like, I
happen.
played half of 2 of them.
I know there's like a Charizard thing. It's not really a dragon type, but whatever.
That
it's
is
okay.
upsetting to me, but whatever. That's what I do because everybody picks a type. Like I pick dragons and I try to collect dragons. I had that goo dragon. I really liked that.
That thing was so cute and disgusting
It
all
was
at the same
cute.
time. Like this, what was it called? Like the snotty thing. It's got like
I
3
can't
stages,
remember the
right?
name of it. Yeah, it has 3 stages,
Oh,
and
man,
the
someone's
final
yelling
stage
at us
is
right now.
is
It was in the latest show where Ash lost again. By the way,
he doesn't ever win.
no, he
Oh,
doesn't.
poor Ash.
He
And
doesn't
now he's
ever-
not gonna have gloves anymore. Apparently, they're taking his gloves.
taking the
away.
gloves off, man.
Mhm.
No more
Interesting.
Mickey Mouse stuff.
Oh, and he's going to school. Sorry,
Yeah, he's going to school in is it Alola?
And the new one, he's going to be actually going to
And
school.
he looks insane.
It's crazy because I was like in high school when this came out, and he's still the same age, and now I feel old.
It's like what is Ash doing? Is Pokemon trying to just keep you youthful forever?
I mean,
know.
yeah, a lot of stuff happens to this kid in just like real time.
It's the proximity to Pikachu, the electric currents,
Yeah,
are
it
like
just
messing
keeps
with
him
his
young.
genetics.
So I've only watched Indigo League, so I don't know how true. And of course, the movie that came out in theaters when I was, a kid. But
That's what I watched.
I heard that there was one movie or something where he could make a wish, and he made a wish to be like a Pokemon trainer forever, and that's how they explained him staying the same age. Is that true?
I don't
even
know,
if that's
but that
true,
makes sense.
But that would make sense.
If you know, though, you could let us know by emailing us at
Please, let me know.
podcast@gameovervideogames.com.
Because that would make sense. Because yeah,
Because I don't know. No, my Pokemon thing is I played Red, and then I skipped a bunch of generations, and then I played Y, and then I skipped Alpha and Omega, or whatever the heck it was. I'm thinking of getting this one, and I was talking to Dan about this. Is, you know what will make me play Pokemon? This was a couple episodes ago. You know what will make me play Pokemon again? Is there's a Gundam-type Pokemon. Well,
Oh
guess
my
what?
God.
God.
Zygarde, one of the new Pokemon, looks like a freaking Gundam. So
Well, there
it's
you
like,
go.
oh, take
Shut
my
your
money. I'm
mouth.
going to have just one Pokemon the entire game, and I don't care. It's going to
Terrible.
be awesome.
terrible.
And you know what? Going
What?
back, I'm sorry, I'm like completely changing the subject. But going back on our horror conversation, I feel like I forgot an honorable mention.
What?
The DLC, I know surprisingly, for Tomb Raider, Lara's Nightmare, actually looks pretty cool.
No, I haven't heard about this. What's up?
Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. And I really like this because I feel, again, going back to the symbolism and social commentary kind of thing. And I feel like they actually have a lot of that in there. But with Lara's Nightmare, basically her uncle is trying to contest her ownership for Croft Manor. And so she has to explore Croft Manor to find clues to prove that she's the rightful heir.
Right.
And along, while she's doing that, she's fighting zombies and
Yeah, that's what I heard.
yeah, and stuff. And I feel like that's super cool because it's kind of like she's fighting off her personal demons.
Ooh.
Yeah,
look at you
right?
making it deep.
Yeah, so I think it's the concept is super cool.
I'm really into
And-
the Laura remakes.
Yeah,
I think it was
definitely.
cool.
And I think so. I thought that was really cool DLC, and it's coming out next month, so in time for Halloween.
We're going to have
So I
to
thought
hop
that was
on
pretty
that. That's
cool.
going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, I guess that just about wraps it up today for Game Overcast, folks. If you like the show, make sure you check us out. Have a look on GameOverVideogames.com on YouTube. We're YouTube.com/GameOverVideogames. On Instagram, we're Instagram.com/GameOverVideogames. On Facebook, guess what? We're Facebook.com/GameOverVideogames. And on Twitter, we are Twitter.com/GameOverGames. Not video games, just Game Over Games. So you there, Mike. Make sure you do the right one.
Game Over Games.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.